Hi, I'm Diane Dayton, and welcome to Profiles. We're coming to you from the beautiful lobby of the Lancaster Arts Hotel in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Be inspired. It's a hub for the arts. Today, we're going to talk to Marion CoCo Coleman, all that jazz. She is a jazz vocalist and also leader of the band CoCo and Company. Thank you for being with us today.
Oh, you're very welcome. My pleasure.
CoCo, you started out singing in front of the mirror with a hairbrush.
Yes, that's right. I think probably a lot of teenagers do that. In front of the mirror, in my bedroom, you know, using the hairbrush as my microphone and listening to pop music on the radio, of course. And then I went from there to singing in the young adult gospel choir in church during high school, and then proceeded to talent shows in college, and then on to graduate school, where I continued to be involved in music and was a part of a band during graduate school, part of graduate school. Because, you know, graduate school's pretty intense.
Exactly.
So I had to do a lot of studying, a lot of work, a lot of research and stuff. And then after that, just opportunities presented themselves, and I kept saying, well, why not do this? Mm-hmm. You know, and came to Lancaster and started hanging out at the Jazz Jam session, the weekly Jazz Jam session, and started to meet performers and musicians and got inspired, which is appropriate for the Lancaster Arts Hotel, right?
Indeed,
I got inspired. And started learning the songs and doing those songs, and then eventually I started my own band, and here we are today.
Wow,
you know, doing jazz festivals and performing, you know, nationally and internationally.
You make it sound easy, but I know it was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work.
And music, has it always been in the forefront of what you love to do, CoCo?
It's always, I got to a point in my life when I realized that music had always been a part of my life, though on the sidelines. Because I was doing what I was supposed to do. I was getting my education and, you know, then getting developed, established as a professional. And I just, you know, got to the point in my life where I thought, well, if not now, when? And I've done everything I was supposed to do, so I'm going to focus a lot on my music now. Of course, I still have the day job that pays the bills, but I'm able to spend a lot more time and emphasize my music a lot more.
Why jazz, and how did that happen?
I love jazz. When I was growing up, my father always used to play his jazz LPs on the weekend in the house, and I never thought I was listening to that stuff, because I was into the pop music and contemporary music of the time. And when I became involved in jazz, I just started hearing these musical lines that seemed to come out of nowhere, you know, and I think I began picking them up, listening to my father's music without even knowing it.
Okay, so that love was born in such early years.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have one CD out. I know you're working on another, but tell us about the one that you have out and how that came about.
Well, my band and I had been performing together for a few years and had created arrangements that were not written down. We had developed our own special touches to those songs, and I just wanted to get a snapshot of where we were and how we were at the time. And what better way to do that than to put a CD together? So on that CD, my first CD, the personnel is the same in the entire CD, on every song. It's just one band, CoCo and Company at the time, you know, playing all the songs that we were playing in the clubs and at the jazz festivals.
Okay. So you're working on a new CD, and this is different because there's so much has happened in your life, and you're looking at things differently.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm listening to so many different kinds of music, being inspired by so many different styles. And as a vocalist, see, I really don't consider myself to be a jazz vocalist. I am a vocalist. And I want to be proficient at a number of different styles, not only jazz. So this next CD is going to reflect that. And not only that, it's going to involve several different musicians and not on different songs, and not just the same personnel across the board. So there are also going to be some original tunes. Hey, hey.
Yeah, hey, hey.
I'm at that stage in my musical life now where I'm starting to create new music, and that's really exciting.
That is. You're doing some work with DJ Gerri and
That's
a rap
right.
artist too,
That's
right?
That's right. Tyrell. Yes. We've been creating more new music, very different styles, and kind of getting into the acid jazz genre and the lounge jazz genre, and throwing some rap in there, and just doing a variety of different things, doing some world music. So and actually they are also included on my CD.
Okay.
Yes.
There's also an open mic that I think happens around here that they're a part of, that you're a part of?
Yes, that's right.
What is that?
Yeah, we voluntarily do an open mic that is a monthly occasion, once a month, and it's open to the public. Anyone can come of all ages. It's very clean, very positive, and you can do whatever you want. You can dance, you can rap, you can sing, you can do poetry, you can read somebody else's poetry. It doesn't have to be all original work. And it's just an opportunity for people to be able to share their love and whatever it is they're working on with an audience. There aren't very many venues that are available for people to do that. So this is something that we provide free of charge. We don't get anything for it. It's just something we do because we love to do it.
Yeah. And another thing you love to do, I know you're working on a project with DJ Gerri, and you do travel the world and you do perform in the area of Liberia.
Right.
Tell me about that.
Yes, Liberia, West Africa. DJ Gerri is from Liberia, although she's been in this country for many, many years now and is a citizen. She's originally from Liberia. I also used to live in Liberia as a young child because of my father's job with the State Department. And so I have a natural, fondness for Liberia because of that. There's an orphanage in Liberia that we support by holding a monthly fundraiser. So that's coming up later this year. And we're looking forward to we always look forward to doing that, and then going back to Liberia and to the orphanage, seeing the kids, and helping out in whatever way we can.
Well, I think you feel strongly, and I know I do too, and we've talked about this before, the impact, the positive impact that music can have on others, and the good that can come out of that.
Right.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. I see it as another way to give back. It's, I think that people often ask themselves, how can I make a positive contribution? How can I give back? And because we're involved in music, we use that as our way of giving back. So the fundraiser for the orphanage, the free open mic that's open to everyone, and things like that.
Okay. There is so much that can be done. And there's also a lot of work that's been put into doing what you do. Mm-hmm. If somebody's watching and they're wanting to do this, what do they need to know?
Well, I think they need to practice in front of the mirror and sing into that hairbrush as much as possible.
Indeed, indeed.
Because that's practice. Mm-hmm. That's actual work. But also they need to get out. And do it publicly. If they can find a jam session that's going on, participate in the jam session. The church choir, anything that involves music and the type of music that they enjoy doing. That way they continue doing what it is they love. They continue to grow and develop in their craft. It is a craft. It is a job. It is work that you have to do. I'm not formally trained, but people can be formally trained. They can seek out, they can find a teacher who can show them how to do some things. Or if they have an ear for it, as I do, then they can just practice on their own. The most important thing, though, is to keep reaching, to not become satisfied doing the same thing week after week, month after month, year after year. Keep reaching for something new. Keep trying to learn something new, something different, and continue to develop yourself musically.
How do you feel when you're on stage?
It's an awesome experience. It's an awesome experience. Sometimes depending on my day, what's going on in my life, I'm walking into the gig or the performance, and I'm thinking, oh, geez, I'm not really feeling this today, But as soon as I get onto the stage and we're into our, first and a half or second song, I'm there. I'm 100% there, and I just love getting that feedback from the audience, and that interplay, and working with great musicians. Hearing what they're playing behind me. Sometimes I hit notes I never had in me. Sometimes I do harmonies that I had never thought about before because of what the musicians are providing from behind me, And so the vibe of the whole room, in front of me, behind me, all around me, is just so inspiring, so exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a look at something that you did. This was a very special performance that you did at Rosa Rosa. It was actually your birthday, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah, and there was a great group of people that were there too.
Yeah.
And the energy of that night, what do you remember from this?
I just remember being so happy that I could do this on my birthday. That made it extra special. And right down the road a piece, fireworks were going off over the stadium, over the Clipper Stadium.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, those are for me, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a very memorable night. A lot of folks turned out, in support of doing the video, and I was just so happy.
That sounds really good.
To have that support.
Yeah,
it was fan support.
It was wonderful. I was there. Thank you for taking time with us today here at the beautiful Lancaster Arts Hotel.
Yeah,
We're going
pleasure.
to be inspired as we check you out at your performance at Rosa Rosa. Check this out.
You gotta be on, you gotta be strong, the time is here. Trust your life with your ear. Don't wait for no one, that have to go on. There's a moment you say, split out, pretend it's no you, don't get astray. So baby, my lover's dream. Love me summer dream. Gone and left me here to weep my